memory is so slow. Okay, so Shantideva text, chapter 9, and then verses 53 from 53. So it's part of now conclusions there, the how important emptiness is, realizing emptiness is. So now here, the reputation of the position of emptiness are not reasonable. So do not harbor any doubt and meditate on emptiness. So here the repetition of emptiness. So far, there all this the below 10 school, all the opinion are rejecting or reputing that emptiness is the emptiness, right? The part of emptiness or lack of truly existence. So then whatever give reason above, and then also will reason comes how important emptiness is or how necessary emptiness in order to liberating. So therefore it's a the repetition of opposite emptiness is not reasonable, right? Let me turn on also Tibetan one. Let's see. The Tibetan. Okay, no, this is okay. Okay, okay, so it's yeah, its emptiness are not reasonable, so do not harbor any doubt. Say, do not harbor any doubt is and meditate on emptiness. It's mainly saying the why we need to meditate on emptiness. Only that who are seeking liberation, who are seeking the enlightenment mind, they must and should meditate on emptiness without any doubt, because the reason which give above and will reason give next how important it is. So therefore say without any doubt. Without any doubt means not just really saying at the way beginning, just blindly accept it. All the reason we will learn it, and all the reason we will learn it. So those reason to understand, think, and then meditate on emptiness without any doubt. So because the emptiness is the only antidote which can eliminate the root of suffering and or like or all obscurations, right? All the obscurations or root of suffering is only can eliminate by emptiness, none other any other object, not other antidote, right? So why? Because the eliminating the root of samsara. First, again, it's kind of like I'm repeating. What is the root of samsara? Let's say that. What is the root of samsara? Or what do you answer? Just make sure you understand.
Ignorance.
Which ignorance? There are many types of ignorance.
Self-grasping.
Yeah, self-grasping. Can you more elaborate? Self-grasping.
Not really.
Okay. Because self-grasping use same term, but they are different definitions defined by the lower other side of Madhyamika, defined differently. Now we're talking here, Prasangika self-grasping talks differently. Okay, here the self-grasping regarding Prasangika, or on the other hand, you can think it's the real self-grasping at the ultimate self-grasping. I don't know, ultimate says the actual, yeah, better say actual self-grasping is that perceiving inherent existence, perceiving truly existence, either self or phenomena. Perceiving self is truly existence, and perceiving or comprehending phenomena are truly existence. These are the root, right? The actual root of samsara. Otherwise, different tenets talks different, even use the self-grasping. So the clear, I'm repeating here, the actual self-grasping or self-grasping, which is refers with a Prasangika tenet school, is perceiving or comprehending truly existence, independently exists, self-arising, all are same, self-arising, comprehending self arises or independently exists, truly exists with the both self and phenomena. The perceiving and comprehending self is truly existence, or self is independently existence, or inherently existence, or self is self arises. Those aspects which mind has that self-grasping that we call. And same way, any phenomena that you are comprehending as independently exists, inherently exists, truly existence, or self arises, those are the same, again, self-grasping, right? Both self and phenomena comprehended or perceiving as a truly existent is the self-grasping. Okay. Clear? Okay. So this is the root of samsara, right? Then the imprint of this mind, imprint of self-grasping, right? Imprint of self-grasping is the main obscured for omniscient mind. Okay. In order to eliminating this self-grasping, which is root of ignorance, we must see the opposite object, opposite, we must have a opposite aspect or contradictions. Opposite here, perceiving truly existence. What is opposite it? Not truly existence. Perceiving inherently existence. What is opposite? Not inherently existence. Right? Perceiving independently existence. What is the opposite of this? Not independent. Perceiving not independently existence. That's like these two, the two aspects. The two aspects should be contradictory. contradictory, right? Opposite. Clear? Clear, right? Okay. So that's only the mind which can eliminate the self-grasping is exactly having the opposite aspect of the self-grasping. That's the mind only can eliminate. And which is it? It's the wisdom of emptiness. Okay, so wisdom of emptiness. So, and then not others, not any other antidote cannot eliminate self-grasping, such as a bodhicitta, realizing impermanent, right? And compassion. Those are actually reducing or eliminating self-centeredness or anger, and then many afflictions. Those can reduce it, or some compassion and bodhicitta also can eliminate some of the mental afflictions, but they never ever can eliminate the root of all suffering. Clear? So that's the reason saying we should, or without any doubt, and meditate on emptiness in order to achieving nirvana or liberation, or achieving omniscient mind or a Buddhahood. We must and meditate on emptiness. This is the only antidote, because antidote needs a contradictory mind. Antidote needs an opposite aspect of self-grasping. Therefore, bodhicitta is not the opposite self-grasping, right? What is the aspect of bodhicitta? Mind. Actually, bodhicitta means, chitta means mind. I don't have to repeat bodhicitta, but just say bodhicitta, or enlightened mind, or awakening mind, what translated now. So what is the aspect of this mind? Then you can see its opposite aspect or not opposite aspect. You can see that. What is the aspect, that mind? What is the observation object of that mind, bodhicitta? Do you remember? Okay, what is the observation object of bodhicitta?
All sentient beings.
Yeah, and then what is the aspect of bodhicitta?
Well, cherishing all sentient beings. Is that what you mean?
Cherishing.
Instead of self-cherishing, cherishing others.
Not simply cherishing others, right?
Okay, and wishing for their enlightenment, for them to be free from all.
Yes. Thank you.
Well, I take a while to warm up too, Geshe.
That's good. So, yeah, that's the aspect, right? Aspect is achieving enlightenment for both other and self. And the movement aspect is achieving enlightenment on self. But the before, how come the movement achieving the aspect of achieving enlightenment? Because this mind must comes from, let them achieve enlightenment. Therefore, I have to achieve enlightenment. At the moment of bodhicitta mind, the aspiration or aspect is the achieving on self Buddhahood, right? So see this aspect, and then perceiving truly existence is not contradictory, not opposite. As far as this two is not opposite and contradictory, it can be go together. You can generate bodhicitta based on seeing as sentient beings are truly existence. Right? You can generate bodhicitta seeing the enlightenment is truly existence. It can go together. That's not contradictory. So therefore, there are no other antidote there which can eliminate the self-grasping beside emptiness. Right? So therefore, if you really try to achieve nirvana or Buddhahood, must meditate on emptiness. Simple example. If you have a fear that snake on your bed, then how can you overcome that fear, which have a snake for your snake on your bed, which is the best to eliminating that fear? What do you think?
Snake in the bath,
Mm-hmm. Bed, your bed.
or in the bed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which is the best antidote for overcome to this fear?
Seeing the lack of inherent existence in the snake? Or seeing it as your mother? That's what you told me when I was afraid of something. You said, "Oh, are you afraid of your mother?" But one of those two thoughts come to my mind.
Okay, well, none of those. What Chopra tried to saying? I didn't hear you. I don't know how come your microphone not hear you.
Take off the covers and turn on the light.
Turning on light is really help you to not overcome that fear. Turning on light, you might still think, oh, maybe under the bed or under the blanket. That's not really help. It's not, yeah. I'm asking you the best antidote. Yes, Georgian?
To see the snake as an illusion.
Who don't know emptiness, who never learned these things, they can still overcome by that fear. That's the, just as sit as like a very ordinary, and then what ordinary person who don't know emptiness, never learned this kind of philosophy, okay? And that that person have a fear that have a snake on a bed.
Wait, Geshe, is the person sure that there is a snake on the bed? Do they know that there's a snake on the bed, or is he afraid that maybe there's a snake on the bed? I'm not understanding.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, then sure, of course. Then no, they will be scared, right? Maybe.
Oh, so maybe they
yeah.
figure out determine for sure if it's a snake or a rope or a belt or something, right? Maybe it's not even a snake. There is no snake.
We are not talking emptiness. It's just very ordinary purpose.
Yeah. No, so I'm saying maybe it's not a snake. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a piece of rope or a. So first you have to find out, is there really a snake?
That's what we're looking, and what is the best can let you overcome it, that fear.
I don't know why compassion doesn't work for that. You don't think so?
Maybe there's no snake.
Exactly. As far as you know, there are no snake. It's the best to overcome fear. Light is not help. Compassion does not help that moment. and then like seeing illusion is not help. Of course, not help, that we know, right?
But why didn't saying that there was no inherent existence, why wasn't that helpful?
No inherent existence and no exit is two different things. No inherent existence, only people known by who learn this emptiness. Who do not learn, then they shouldn't have an antidote for that. No. Simple, it's very simple. Understand there are no snake. There are no snake. Exit snake, no exit snake. Right? Exits. You might have a doubt, maybe snake on my bed. Once you know that there are no snake, then 100% you will be overcome to this fear, right?
But Geshe-la, what if there really is a snake?
This is not my example.
Okay.
Stay with the example. So what I try to show you is seeing that exactly opposite mind is the best can overcome to this fear, which is understand no snake. Before we have a doubt, there might snake there, snake might exit there in my bed, right? Then when you understand there are no snake, then no exit snake. Isn't that help you? They have no fear, right?
Yeah, if it's not really there, then yes, but is that the metaphor for emptiness? Is because even if there was a, like we're here.
Janet, wait. I try to give example, simple example. We are not talking emptiness, we are not talking inherently existent, and we are not talking this and that, not philosophy. Simple example, as we are in real life, in our real life. That's doubt and that fear only can let you overcome by that or to this fear, which you, when you know there are no snake. Clear?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't understand why Georgine's answer, seeing it as an illusion, isn't sufficient here. Because if you see it as an illusion, then you know that there is no snake still.
Ah. Didn't you see this real snake is illusion snake?
No, not if you
are not seeing that.
You know it's an illusion. This is like your knowledge of it.
I think Geshe is saying, take out the covers, see if there's a snake in the bed, look, move the pillows, there's no snake, then you're not afraid that there's a snake in the bed.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm just making the point.
Chapel, wait. Using that illusion term, confusing. How we using illusion term for real snake, and in order to understand emptiness, we're saying this real snake, still we're saying it's illusion, isn't it?
It's illusion-like.
What do you really want to know now?
I'm not trying to like know something. I was just trying to defend that position. I thought it was a sufficient answer.
I said no because it's confused.
Okay.
Confused with the seeing everything as like illusion.
Okay. It's more straightforward if you the other way. So okay.
Yeah. Rethink it. This simple example, right? There are no snake. Is the best help us to have overcome to this fear to have snake, right? So that's this two contradictory mind, exit and non-exit. Non-exit help you to not fear, no fear, because that's the only mind. So turning on light and saying maybe they're not, or whatever other beside other things saying, all confused. Not the clear antidote for that. The clear antidote is this. I ask best antidote, right? Best. So a clear antidote is they understand no snakes there. So similarly, self-grasping, which is perceiving truly existence, the only antidote for that is perceiving not truly existence, as there are no snake. Same way to go that way. Right? Between the wisdom of compassion, like a wisdom of emptiness and self-grasping, the observation object is same, but aspect completely opposite. Both are looking to cup, or both are looking to self. One mind, self-grasping, is seeing that self is truly existence. And who realize the wisdom, that mind looking to self same, but it's perceiving that not truly existence. Right? On one object, there are two contradictory minds. Is this clear?
No.
Yes.
I understand your discussion about emptiness, but I don't understand why establishing that there is no snake is similar to emptiness, because the snake, whether there is one or not, a snake is a tangible object about fear. So what if we were discussing, say, a fear that I will fall down the stairs, or a fear that I can never reach enlightenment, or, a fear about anything? How can you relate that to emptiness? It seems to me that we're talking in one case.
Let me explain from beginning. What I give snake example is nothing related with the emptiness. A simple, in real life, ordinary persons, does give example to know the exactly contradictory mind can help. As we know with the snake, then you can go to emptiness, meaning to know exactly is not truly existent, is help you to eliminate perceiving truly existence. That's the whole point I'm saying it.
Okay.
I'm not saying that snake is emptiness or seeing snake, not saying that. I'm give example, the very ordinary, very like a simple and real life example.
Forget about the example. The example, all examples have the risk of kind of having weaknesses. So then when there is an example, you start focusing on the example and you forget the main message. So forget about the snake. I mean, just focus on that thing that you need the opposite mind. That's all.
That's the point. That's the point. That's the point, saying you need the exactly opposite mind to eliminating self-grasping. And what is the opposite mind? Is realizing emptiness. That's the point. Therefore, better understand that I give like a example. That example makes more confuse us. Then forget it, that example. Leave it there example. We don't need to go there example. So at least you know that need the opposite mind to eliminating self-grasping. That's the point. Therefore, I said bodhicitta cannot, compassion cannot, perceive or realizing impermanent cannot eliminate self-grasping, because these are the not contradictory mind. This is not the opposite aspect, right, than self-grasping. So therefore, he's saying here, meditate without doubt, any doubt, meditate on emptiness.
Yes, thank you, Geshe. I was just stuck because you were talking about fear in one moment and then not. I think it was the fear aspect that was confusing to me. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I use that. So the fear that you cannot achieve enlightenment, which really can help you to eliminate that fear. When you know you can, as yes, you can achieve enlightenment, that mind can help you, right? Once you know, yes, I can achieve enlightenment, then that fear is gone, isn't it? Which you think I cannot achieve enlightenment.
Yes, but how do you know how what if you don't know?
This is
How
secondary
long
question.
is it going to take you to know?
What's that?
How long would it take one to really know that one can reach enlightenment?
There are no time limited. It's more effort and study.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
The time not makes you, there are no time limited, longer and shorter. Only you need more study that will let you know I can achieve enlightenment. All the Buddha nature we talks it. All the Buddha nature we talks a lot of Buddha nature, knowing that Buddha nature that I can achieve enlightenment. Right? So anyhow, okay, so we now come back on our subject here. Okay, now 54. That's the remedy for the darkness, the cognitive and affective will is emptiness. Wouldn't the who wants omniscience quickly cultivate it? So above line say not refuted the position of emptiness. So and then saying until you are until you eliminate the self-grasping, then you will not achieve nirvana and Buddhahood. Therefore, you must meditate on emptiness. Then saying, what is really self-grasping, right? And that's the remedy for the darkness of the cognitive and afflictions. That the darkness refers here, darkness. Okay, I think darkness is not refers with the both, right? Darkness is referred with the cognitive, the darkness of the cognitive, one, and affliction. Okay, affliction is not saying here darkness. The darkness refers with the ignorance. Therefore, darkness of the cognitive. Darkness of the cognitive here, let's say, cognitive, I don't know. Darkness of the cognitive. Anyhow, I don't know that the translation darkness of the cognitive. What is here the cognitive is talking is ignorance, which recently we talked self-grasping. This is the part of that's obscured to It's not really cognitive. Cognitive should be mind, right?
It's the darkness of the cognitive veil.
No, I mean, cognitive means, isn't that some kind of mind?
Yes,
Cognitive is usually thinking.
recognition.
Oh, just thinking, right? So here,
Yeah.
I don't think use as cognitive, because
No,
this
it's the
darkness
veil. I'm sorry, it's the veil. It's that what obscures the thing in between us that darkens and obscures our vision.
or the cognitive goes sometime with the obscured.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's obscured, then makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyhow, that darkness of cognitive, what is the darkness of cognitive here refers is the seed or latency, what we call latency or imprint of self-grasping, right? Latency and imprints of perceiving truly existence. Sometimes we call here is Sheje Dipa. Sheje Dipa means obscuration to omniscience. Obscuring to omniscience. The darkness of the cognitive refers to the obscurity of omniscience. What is it? Actually, the seed or imprints. Those I'm just saying seed or imprints or latency, right? The latency, which is hiddenly there, not manifested, and let is manifesting some kind of that. So this is here the darkness of cognitive. And say, top of that is a afflictive. So the emptiness is like an antidote for both afflictive and darkness of the cognitive. So again, I'm kind of repeating here. The darkness of the cognitive is the print, seed, latency of self-grasping or perceiving truly existence. Same, right? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. And then afflictions. So therefore, emptiness is remedy for both. Two. So actually, the darkness of cognitive obscure to achieve Buddhahood. Afflictive is obscure to achieve nirvana. Right? So, and both needed to realize the emptiness for eliminating it or reducing, even reducing, right? So need realize the emptiness. Therefore, saying the remedy for the darkness of the cognitive and affliction will is emptiness. And so if you eliminating those, the darkness of cognitive and afflictions, then you achieve nirvana and Buddhahood is a huge benefit. So in order to seeing their huge benefit to eliminating those, then it's saying why not, or who will not cultivate or meditation on emptiness. Say who within the who, wouldn't there who want omniscience quickly cultivate it? Really? Oh yeah, can do it. Oh yeah, okay. So wouldn't there who want omniscience quickly cultivate it? So because this is the only can overcome to all suffering. This is the only can overcome by all ignorance. And this is the only let you attain Buddhahood and Nirvana. Therefore, it's a why not, right? So we must, or we should. That's the talking here. It's clear? To clear with this 54, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now move to next 55. If fearfulness is born out of the things that produce suffering, then why is it that emptiness? The cure for suffering provokes do it. So now it's saying, yeah, understand emptiness is the only antidote can eliminate all suffering. And emptiness is only the antidote for living all ignorance. And emptiness the main principal path which can lead to achieve nirvana and bodhicitta. I understand that. But meditating on emptiness brings me more fear, right? So, and therefore I don't want to meditate on emptiness because it makes me fear. If the questions comes, then answer is here. If fear is born out of their future suffering, then why is that emptiness, right? So let me see that in Tibetan. 강무강 동에 깨지바 딜레 짜고 깨규나 동이 동에 시지바 딜레 짜고 지다게. Okay. So the actually fearfulness of suffering produced from self-grasping, which is perceived truly existence. Until now, many lifetimes, we are suffered by three types of suffering constantly and long time. So this is the cause. This is actual producing those suffering, which is the wrong view and self-grasping, which is truly the perceiving truly existence. This is actually the cause of all the suffering. Then why you shouldn't fear on this to perceiving self-grasping instead of try to understand lack of truly existence, right? Why are you too much clinging on truly existence? That's the saying here. You do not have a fear on comprehending everything as truly existence. Actually, we must have fear on it because this is the main root cause for all suffering. So regarding emptiness, is actually let you clear the suffering, it's purify the suffering, eliminate the suffering. And why you should have fear on it. It's plainly saying you having fear, we shouldn't have it, or you do not have a fear, we should have it. Because you do not have a fear on perceiving in truly existence. You do not have fear on having self-grasping. You do not have a fear on having wrong view. Right? Actually, we should have it because this is the main cause of every suffering, single suffering, which is experiences many lifetimes from beginningless to until today in this samsara. Having all this suffering because of perceiving truly existence. So you should have a fear on it. So then is if I cannot have a fear on that. I don't want to have fear on that. Then it's saying, yeah, inhabitually, our become a strong habit, having those wrong view, then saying, so it's not really brings me the fear. Then it's saying, okay, then you must investigate, examine it, contemplating on it, that how it leads us suffering. Then you will have a fear, right? And on the other side, I have a really try to meditate on emptiness. I have a really fear when I try to meditate on emptiness, because when I try to meditate on emptiness, and therefore losing all my potential, it's close to nihilism and losing myself and losing everything. That makes me fear. So therefore I don't want to meditate. Then they say, yeah, I should have said that.
What about this alternate interpretation? What about this interpretation? Somebody understands that self-grasping and clinging and all those things produce suffering. He understands that, okay? But the reason he's afraid of emptiness is because, not that maybe he doesn't understand emptiness completely, and then he's afraid of not being able to understand emptiness completely, or even if he understands emptiness completely, he's still unable to get rid of the self-grasping and clinging. He's not able to get rid of it. So that's why he's afraid of it, because even if either he doesn't understand it completely, and he's afraid because he's stuck in the suffering, like being stuck in mud, or even if he understands it, he's afraid, he's not able to get rid of the self-grasping, and he feels that's it, I'm stuck, I'm going to suffer forever. That's why he's afraid of emptiness. What about this interpretation?
Who understand emptiness, how could have that fear? I couldn't eliminate those suffering. How could?
So somebody can understand emptiness theoretically.
Even theoretically, yes.
You can understand emptiness theoretically, that you have to, with emptiness, you're going to get rid of self-grasping. So yes, so I understand it, but somebody can have be a huge self-grasper. I understand theoretically that things are not inherently existent, everything there, but I'm still a self-grasper. I'm still a big-time self-grasper. So by being unable, by failing to use emptiness to get rid of my self-grasping, then I'm afraid of it because I'm still stuck. I'm never going to get rid of the suffering because
understand. So
Geshe-la,
yes.
actually, I feel like this passage is actually very clear.
Yeah. So which is this one, right? Okay. Okay, let's say maybe best things, you meditate on emptiness, especially you are meditate on see the selflessness. Then see what experience comes. Okay, here that's the point. When we meditate on selflessness, kind of losing self, disappearing self, which is our best friend, which is we too much clinging on it, which is too much grasping on it. It's losing now when we meditate on emptiness. It's disappearing now when we meditate on emptiness. That's the makes you fear. You don't want to lose, which is too much clinging and grasping. That's how come fear. That's the reason saying that when I meditate on emptiness, I will have fear because losing everything, disappearing everything. Then exactly answer saying here, you should have fear which is the main cause of every suffering. You shouldn't have a fear to understand emptiness, because understanding emptiness to cure the suffering is not produce the suffering. You should have a fear on self-grasping, it's produce the suffering, it's never cures the suffering. Therefore saying shouldn't go opposite. That's we do have opposite mind, right? We do have opposite mind that we are either we don't want to meditate on emptiness, or they don't want to meditate on emptiness because don't care, I don't care it, or don't want to meditate on emptiness because it makes me more fear. Either saying you must meditate on emptiness, and then how I can overcome this fear to losing everything. Regarding that, okay, many master and sutra, tantra, all these master who wrote the commentary on sutra, tantra, those all are saying here, cultivating bodhicitta, realizing emptiness is not enough that you know it. In order to cultivating bodhicitta and realizing emptiness, you need a huge collected the merit needed, lot of energy needed. You need a many big, huge energy needed. So therefore, just knowing is not enough, just meditating is not enough. You must cultivate the merit as much as you can, many different ways, such as the offering, giving the 6 perfection practice, and such as doing prostration, or all these 7 limb practice. Those are try to accumulate merit for realize emptiness. Those we must need to accumulate merit for cultivate bodhicitta. Without, this is not that we learning science. This is not same as like we learning language, right? This is not same as like we learning just different type of philosophy. Once you're learning science, you need a great wisdom. That's enough. You don't need really accumulate huge merit, right? So when you learn perfect mathematics, you don't need to accumulate merit. You just enough to have great wisdom, more intelligence. That's enough. But here, realizing emptiness and cultivating bodhicitta is not enough to have intelligent minds. This is not exactly everything is. Top of that, we must accumulate huge merit with the 6 preliminary practice or 7 limb practice or guru devotion, whatever, those lot of their practice there, we can accumulate merit. We must do that. I give you one example. When Lama Tsongkhapa, when he studied, right? And then he studied a lot. He the whole this Indian scripture, which is wrote by Indian Pandit commentary, Tibetan and Buddha Sutra, and all this he studied. Then he feel he knows emptiness. At the time, Lama Tsongkhapa do have some kind of understanding of emptiness. Then he thought, okay, this is the exactly emptiness, which says in textbook, which says in all this commentary and root text. It must. Then Lama Tsongkhapa many times meditated on this emptiness. One day, Lama Tsongkhapa sees Manjushri directly. He asked to Manjushri, okay, so far, I see emptiness, that kind of things. This is my understanding of emptiness. Is this the actual emptiness or not? Manjushri said, no. This is not actual emptiness which you understand now. Even he studied a lot, not just simple like a asana, right? Study a lot. Right? When you look at the Lama Tsongkhapa's biography, how much he put effort to study. You can see that much he studied all this, but still not realize the emptiness. What he understood emptiness was wrong. Then he asked to Manjushri, what should I do then to realizing actual emptiness? Then Manjushri said, okay, continue study, and then top of that, accumulate more merit. Top of that, always keep your guru and deities, the supplicate, always supplicate to guru and deity, non-duals of guru and deities. Do these three things. Then one day you will realize emptiness. Then after that, Lama Tsongkhapa went to retreat, right? With some of his disciples. At the time, he offered a lot of many time mandala on a rock. You still can see that rock in Tibet. It's very smooth because he did on a rock by hand and offered mandala again and again. And he did a lot of prostration with the 35 Buddha. And one night, he saw the Buddha Palita in his dream and comes and say, okay, and then this is my text. The Buddha Palita gives his own text, commentary on Mulamatika, Nagarjuna text, right? Which is talks all this subject, this emptiness. He gave this Buddha Palita text in his dream. That's his dreaming. Then tomorrow morning he wake up and then he read many times Buddha Palita, right? The text which is composed by Buddha Palita. The same text name and composer name is same. So then he read again the text carefully. Then he really understand now what is really meaning of that. At that moment, he realized the emptiness. That's how sees in biography in Lama Tsongkhapa. And this is the one biography of our great lamas. There are many others lamas sees how they realize emptiness. If you look at the biography, then you will understand how much they put effort to understand that. Right? Let me repeat it. Even Lama Tsongkhapa read the Buddha Palita, study extensively the Buddha Palita before he retreat. Even during the retreat time, he read all those textbooks again and again as Manjushri instructed. But until he purified all this negative karma, until he accumulated huge merit, he didn't understand the actual emptiness. And after he does that in his retreat, then dreams comes, and tomorrow morning reading again, then brings us to actual understand of emptiness. And it's not that simple to understand emptiness. It's not that simple. We think, as Lama Tsongkhapa said, I think I do understand before. And also Lama Tsongkhapa said, before I joined to the debate ground, when I read book in my house, when I read the book, everything makes sense to me. I think everything I understand when I read the book. But when I go with the debate ground, with the debating and discussion with the other intelligence people, that all my understand before what everything what makes sense to me, everything what I understand, everything's disappear as like you are pouring water on the heaps of sand. You know, the heaps of sand. Am I saying the right word? The heaps of sand. And you're pouring water in, what is just melting it, right? That's how he give example. After I joined to the debate ground, and then discussion with that intelligent, those intelligence people, then all my perspective, all this I thought, which I understand is not actual, right? And why I'm saying this all the point here, because you think you understand, maybe not. Because look at the Lama Tsongkhapa's biography. He clearly said that. You think you realize emptiness, maybe not. Because again, go back to Lama Tsongkhapa's biography. Right? This is not simple a way to understand it, but it's really possible to understand. It's really possible to realize, but not that simple way. Right? So try to understand. Therefore, I say, as we're learning science, mathematics, language, we don't need purified and purification, or we don't need an accumulating merit practice. But in order to realizing emptiness, cultivating bodhicitta, we must need it. Because this mind, this idea is totally different and huge benefiting it, right? Therefore, need a lot of energy. What energy? Spirituality energy. What is that? Accumulating merit. That's we must do it, okay? So when you study it, meditate and study again and meditate, you just go between like studying and meditate. Never try to accumulate merit. That it takes long time to realize emptiness, or it takes really time for cultivating bodhicitta, or almost you cannot cultivate bodhicitta or cannot realize emptiness. So this third condition, accumulating merit, is very necessary. And all this Lama said, all these texts said it. Right? Then especially say, who does have a fear, who does not have a fear? Again, give you an example. One time, Panchen Lama is very famous in Tibet, in the West Tibet, in Lobsang, right? And some 7 people who seeking to understand emptiness or selflessness, they came from Eastern Tibet, and they meet the Panchen Lama. If I'm not wrong, it's Panchen Lama, yeah. But one of the high Lama, yeah. It's so far I'm using Panchen Lama. So they came for that, and Panchen Lama give them instruction. Okay, think this, think this, think this. So, and then few weeks later, the lunch times come. Then Panchen Lama said, okay, call them for lunch. Then their attendants went to call them, and everyone said, no, I'm really scared now. So because everyone's holding tightly the pillar, those 7 people, they're holding very tightly the pillar, right? And then say, okay, everyone come for lunch. No, we cannot, because we are really scared. Then why are you scared? There are no self. There are no self. That's the fear comes when they think the negation object of negation. when they think selflessness, they feel there's no self. When they feel there's no self, they really fear that I'm losing now. I'm dissipating now. That's one example. And another example is who founder of Gyumet Tantric Monastery, Jizun Sherab Singhi. He's in an audience when Lama Tsongkhapa taught about emptiness. And then while Lama Tsongkhapa talking emptiness, same time, at that time, the disciples are very intelligent. Same time, they're thinking, while hearing, and then same time they're thinking. And then Lama Tsongkhapa saw that Jizun Sherab Singhi is like a grasping, or what called grabbing on his cushion, right? Because at the moment, Jizun Sherab Singhi feel that I'm losing now, I'm disappearing now. Because when they hear about emptiness, therefore he strongly grabbed on cushion. Then Lama Tsongkhapa realized, okay, now he having fear to understand emptiness. So then Lama Tsongkhapa changed a little bit topic, talks more dependent origination. Then he got relaxed. And other texts say, who will have fear, who will not have fear? Who have a really strong imprint from previous life, who have a great merit, they will not have a fear to realize emptiness. But who have a less merit, who do not have a great imprint from previous life, they might have a fear at the first moment when they realize emptiness. That's the said it. Right? That's all point here talking. These are the possible, very much possible. Only you will know that fear when you meditate on emptiness. Only you will have an experience of those fear when you meditate on emptiness. It's not just understanding of emptiness. Meditate on emptiness. Then let's see. Some people might have fear to losing self. Some people might rejoice and happy that realizing self is not truly existence. They might have a many different experience when they realize emptiness first time, right? Some people might have a very joy who have a great merit. Some people might have a fear who do not have a great merit, thinking that I'm losing, I'm despairing. That's how experience comes, only when you meditate on emptiness. Therefore, here, encouraging here, it's possible that you might have a fear when you meditate on emptiness, but you should continue meditate on emptiness with accumulating merit, with the purification practice that help you to continue meditate on emptiness. That understanding emptiness help you to overcome that fear. And if we do not have a fear on self-grasping, we must cultivate, we must develop, we must generate the fear on self-grasping. Same as like we must generate the fear on samsara, right? This is the beginning part of the practice. How much you have a fear on born in samsara, that much you have a liberation, seeking liberation. If you do not have a fear on samsara, you will never have a seeking of liberation, because you are enjoying here, because you do not see any fear, you do not have any fear, because you do not see any suffering of samsara, right? So we must generate fear on samsara we must generate fear on all these mental afflictions. We must fear on self-grasping, because those are the destroying everything. Those are the cause of suffering. Those are the continuous circling reborn in samsara. Let us reborn in samsara again and again. So we must generate fear on it. In generally and naturally, yes, we will not have a fear on the self-grasping because our huge habit. But we might have a fear on meditating on emptiness with new experience. So that's what he's saying, should do opposite. Clear?
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. Now next year, the 56, if there exists enemy, there could be fear of anything. But since no me exists at all, who is there that could be afraid? This line, Gyaltsab commentary, in Gyaltsab commentary, is kind of like a continuum to overcome to this fear. This talks to this idea, continuous talks about that, how to overcome to that fearfulness. But another commentary, like Muchu Tome Sangbo, he take this stanza is the breathed meaning of the below's few stanzas. The below few stanzas talks about that selflessness, right? Yeah, so, and then that at the beginning, the breathed understand what is selflessness. That's how they explain. There are two different ways to take this line. It's connected to the below or connected to the above line. That's two kinds. Gyaltsab, this line is connected with the above line. Continue meditate on overcome to this fear. See that there are no me and no I. And Muchu Tome Sangbo and some others is connected to the below. The below talks about selflessness, and this is the breathing meaning of the selflessness. And then first briefly talks it, then elaborate it more below stanzas are. Right? So both are not contradictory for me. So therefore, this line, you can kind of above, you can kind of below, but whatever this line is saying is as well as there are no truly exists me, there are no true me, there are no inherent I, there are no true I, then why, who's having fear on it? That's how our lines are saying there is no existence in the me, because the me is, there no existence means they are not truly existence. There are no truly existence any of me. Then could be fear of anything. But since no me, if they are truly existence of me, then yes, you could have a fear. But they are not truly existence of me and I, then who there could be the afraid? Because there are no me, no I. Who is having this fearfulness? That's the said it. Okay. Any
I have a question.
please.
How does this help me when I am finding myself in bed with a snake? If I am in bed and I feel the snake is there and it's wrapping itself around me, around my body or this body, then there could be fear of life. of losing life. There could be feeling that everything circles around my ego and my perception and my truth is very liberating when I found out that it's not true. But finding a snake in my bed doesn't, it seems that I still have fear.
No, therefore we're saying, until you know there are no snake, fear will remaining.
Okay.
Once you know there are no snake, either you checked it or someone checked for you. Once you know there are no snake, that's the best.
It is.
Yeah, then help you to not fear.
Yeah.
Therefore, no fear help you to, like a no snake help you to fear on having snake. That's the example we give it. Therefore, not truly existence, understanding not truly existence is help you to perceiving truly existence, or like eliminating the perceiving truly existence. Instead of fear on snake, in meaning is, it's only help you to eliminate perceiving truly existence is when you know there are no truly existence. That's the only mind can help you. This is the best antidote. None of others, any practice and object.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Geshe,
Mm-hmm.
is there a difference between true existence and inherent existence, or are they the same thing?
I think it's same thing.
Same thing. Okay, thank you.
And then top of that, self-arising, also same. Self-arising, right? Rangöni Drupa naturally arises. Rangshingi Drupa. Truly existence, Dembar Drupa. And yeah, I'll also say Rangingöni Drupa, inherently or independently exists. Rawangi Drupa. Those all same meaning. Yeah. Okay. Any other question? So anyhow, here we try to understand emptiness with this chapter 9. And then we know that we have to build up 3 types of wisdom with the each stanza, with the each meaning. Today, you have a hearer. I don't know you have a hearer wisdom or not, you hear it. You hear it, but I explain it, but it's depend on your wisdom is clear or not. Once you have a exactly here and you understand, you have exactly information, understand of information of those, then it's considered that you have a wisdom of here. First, you have to hear. It's not necessary the wisdom to hear comes at the next. If you hear wrong, that's not called wisdom of here. Then you might don't have a wisdom of here. Then you have to read it again. Then you have to study again, right? So after that, you understand perfectly as says it here. You all the meanings are correct, understand. You have a correct information, then considered as you have a wisdom of hear. The wisdom of hearing is not conforming you is best, not conforming you is right. Wisdom of hearing is only brings you what information there. Then after that, you have to conform it, right or wrong. You have to conform it. it says emptiness is best. As it said it, how emptiness is best. So how you have to conform it, you need to contemplating. The contemplating means finding many reasons to prove it is right. Once you have understand clear, say it is right with a lot of reason, then you have a wisdom of contemplating. Until then, you're just contemplating it. No wisdom of contemplating. Once you have a wisdom of contemplating, you are conforming whatever you have information is right. Right? Whatever you have information is critical. Whatever you have information is important. That's conforming it. The contemplating wisdom. Once you conform it, then you apply to practice. Until then, not apply to practice. Right? Then you apply to practice without any doubt, just meditate on emptiness. After you conformed it, after you have a contemplating wisdom, then you are meditating, right? But still, it might not have a wisdom of meditation. Wisdom of meditation is only comes after you meditate. Meditation is tool and cause which can bring you the wisdom of meditation. Then you continues meditating again and again and again. Then you have a small amount of experience or better experience or great experience. Those experiences are wisdom of meditation. That's how we need to build it. That's how we need to go. So just not too much like a decided with the just hearer wisdom. Could be you don't have a hearer wisdom after you hear those, right? Or you could be you have a hearer wisdom, but it's really not complete one. So we should have a hearer wisdom, complete one. Then we can investigate and examine it and contemplating, right? Those we have to do it every time. So far, we have I just guess, assume that we only have, if we have good luck, we have a wisdom of hearer, that's all, right? None of them, not other two wisdoms, not there. The hearer wisdom is clear or not clear. Again, you have to check it again to read commentary and find it another teaching on it. Listening again. Make sure that all informations are correct, you have it. Once you, all informations, you have a correctly information as said in textbook, then consider that you do have a hearer wisdom. Until then, you never think that I do have a hearer wisdom, okay? If you do not have a hearer wisdom, of course, then other two wisdom is so far. Okay, you cannot have it. That is the one important part for studying and practicing. Okay. Thinking is important. Thinking is important. Sometimes we don't want to think too much because it's tired. Or if you don't want to think, then you not gain anything. This is philosophy, logic, very deep meaning, profound, simple thinking how you get everything. No way. You think more and more. Okay? Any other question? Yes, Georgian.
I hear you talking about wisdom of hearing and wisdom of meditation. The third type of meditation that you said we must develop.
Third type of meditation. third type of wisdom.
I'm sorry, the third type of wisdom.
Yeah, third type of
I
wisdom,
didn't hear you mention.
three wisdom. Third type of wisdom is now you practicing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, that's it, right? Anyone, any question? Okay, then otherwise we can stop here. Janet?
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Have a good night.
Save it for another time, Geshe-la. Okay.
Okay, have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Safe travels, Geshe.